Yes. Chapter 1. Marseilles, the arrival. On the 24th of February, 1950, the lookout at Notre Dame de la Garde signaled 3-master, the Pharaoh from Smyrna, Trieste, and Naples. As usual, a pilot put off immediately and rounding the Chateau d'If, got on board the vessel between Cape Morgion and Rion Island. Immediately, and according to custom, the ramparts of Fort St. John were covered with spectators. It is always an event at Marseilles for a ship to come into port, especially when this ship, like Pharaoh, has been built, rigged, and laden at the old Fosse docks, and belongs to an owner of the city. The ship drew on and had safely passed the strait, which some volcanic shock has made between the Calasaringe and Jaros Islands, had double pomage and approached the harbor on their topsails, jib and spanker, but slowly and steadily, that the idlers, with that instinct which is the forerunner of evil, asked one another what misfortune could have happened on board. However, those experienced in navigation saw plainly that if any accident had occurred, it was not to the vessel herself, for she bore down with all the evidence of being skillfully handled. The anchor, a cockbill, the jib boom guys already eased off, and standing by the side of the pilot, who was steering the Pharaoh towards the narrow entrance of the inner port, was a young man who, with activity and a vigilant eye, watched every motion of the ship and repeated each direction to the pilot. The vague disquietude which prevailed among the spectators had so much affected one of the crowd that he did not await the arrival of the vessel. In harbor, but jumping into a small cliff, desired to be pulled alongside the Pharaoh, which he reached as she rounded into La Réserve Bassin. When the young man on board saw this person approach, he left his station by the pilot and, hat in hand, leaned over the ship's bulwarks. He was a fine, tall, slim young fellow of 18 or appearance bespoke that calmness and resolution peculiar to men accustomed from their cradle to contend with danger. "Ah, is it you, Dantes?" cried the man in the skiff. "What's the matter, and why have you such an air of sadness aboard?" "A great misfortune, moral," replied the young man. "A great misfortune for me especially. Of Civitavecchia we lost our brave Captain Leclerc." "And the cargo?" inquired the owner eagerly. "Is all safe, Morel, and I think you will be satisfied on that head. But poor Captain Leclerc, what happened to him?" asked the owner with an air of considerable resignation. "What happened to the worthy captain?" "He died." "Fell into the sea?" "No, sir, he died of brain fever in dreadful agony." Then turning to the crew he said, "Bear a hand there to take in sail." All hands obeyed, and at once the 8 or 10 seamen who composed the crew sprang to their respective station at the spanker brails and old-haul topsail sheets and halyards, the jib downhaul, and the topsail clew lines and bond lines. The young sailor gave a look to see that his orders were promptly and accurately obeyed, and then turned again to the owner. "And how did this misfortune occur?" inquired the latter, resuming the interrupted conversation. "Alas, sir, in the most unexpected manner. After a long talk with the harbor master, Captain Leclerc left Naples greatly disturbed in mind. In 24 hours he was attacked by a fever and died 3 days afterwards. We performed the usual burial service, and he is at his rest, sewn up in his hammock, with a 36-pound shot at his head and his heels, off El Giglio Island. We bring to his widow his sword and cross of honor. It was worthwhile, truly," added the young man with melancholy smile, "to make a war against the English for 10 years, and to die in his bed at last, like everybody else." "Why, you see, Edmond," replied the owner, who appeared more comforted at every moment, "we are all mortal, and the old must make way for the young. If not, why, there would be no promotion. And since you assure me that the cargo is all safe and sound and Morel, take my word for it, and I advise you not to take 25,000 francs for the profits of the voyage. As they were just passing the round tower, the young man shouted, "Stand by there to lower the topsails and jib. Brail up the spanker." The order was executed as promptly as it would have been on board of a man of war. Let go and clew up. At his last command, all the sails were lowered, and the vessel moved almost imperceptibly onwards. "Now, if you will come on board, M. Morel," said Dantes, observing the owner's impatience, "here is your supercargo, M. Danglars, coming out of his cabin, who will furnish you with every particular. As for me, I must look after the anchoring and dress the ship in mourning." The owner did not wait for a second invitation. He seized the rope which Dantes flung to him, and with an activity that would have done credit to a sailor, he climbed up the side of the ship, while the young man, going to his desk, left the conversation to Danglars, who now came towards the owner. He was a man of 25 or 26 years of age, of unprepossessing countenance, obsequious to his superiors, insolent to his subordinates, and this, in addition to his position as a responsible agent on board, which is always obnoxious to the sailors, made him as much disliked by the crew as Edmond Dantes was beloved by them. "Well, M. Morel," said Danglars, "you have heard of the misfortune that has befallen us." Yes, poor Captain Leclerc. He was a brave and honest man, and the first-rate seaman, one who had seen long and honorable service, as became a man charged with the interest of a house so important as of Morel and Son, replied Danglars. "But," replied the owner, glancing after Dantes, who was watching the anchoring of his vessel, "it seems to me that a sailor needs not to be so old as you say, Danglars, to understand his business, for our friend Edmond seems to understand it thoroughly, and not to require instruction from anyone." "Yes," said Danglars, darting at Edmond a look of gleaming with hate. "Yes, he is a young, and youth is invariably self-confident. Scarcely was the captain spread out of his body when he assumed the command without consulting anyone, and he caused us to lose a day and a half at the island of Elba, instead of making for Marseilles direct. As to taking command of the vessel," replied Morel, "that was his duty as a captain's mate. As to losing a day and a half off, the was wrong, unless the vessel needed repairs. The vessel was in good condition as I am, and as I hope you are, Morel. And this day and a half was lost from pure whim, for the pleasure of going ashore and nothing else. Dantes, said the ship owner, turning towards the young man. Come this way. In a moment, sir, answered Dantes, and I'm with you. Then, calling to the crew, he said, Let go. The anchor was instantly dropped, and the chain ran, rattling through the porthole. Dantes continued at his post in spite of the presence of the pilot, until his maneuver was completed, and then added, helm, mast the colors, and square the yards. You see, said Danglars, he fancies himself captain already. Upon my word. And so, in fact, he is, said the owner. Accept your signature and your partner's, and Morel. And why should he not have this? Asked the owner. He is young, it is true, but he seems to me a thorough seaman and full of experience. A cloud passed over Danglars' brow. Your pardon, Morel, said Dantes, approaching. The vessel now rides at anchor, and I am at your service. You help me, I think. Danglars retreated a step or two. I wished to inquire why you stop at the island of Elba. I do not know, sir. It was to fulfill the last instructions of Captain Leclerc, who, when dying, gave me a packet for Marshal Bertrand. Then, did you see him, Edmond? Who? The Marshal? Yes. Morel looked around him, and then, drawing Dantes on the side, he said suddenly, And how is the Emperor? Very well, as far as I could judge from the sight of him. You saw the Emperor then? He entered the Marshal's apartment while I was there. And you spoke to him? Why, it was he who spoke to me, sir, said Dantes with a smile. And what did he say to you? Asked me questions about the vessel, the time she left Marseilles, the course she had taken, and what was her cargo. I believe if she had not been laden, and I had been her master, he would have bought her. But I told him I was only mate, and that she belonged to the firm of Morel and Son. Ah, yes, he said, I know them. The Morels have been ship owners from father to son, and there was a Morel who served in the same regiment with me when I was in garrison at Valence. Perdue, and that is true, cried the owner, greatly delighted. And that was Policar Morel, my uncle, who was afterwards a captain. Dantes, you must tell my uncle that the remember him, and you will see it will bring tears into the old soldier's eyes. Come, come, continued he, patting Edmund's shoulder kindly. You did very right, Dantes, to follow Captain Leclerc's instructions and touch it Elba, although if it were known that you conveyed a packet to the Marshal and had conversed with the Emperor, it might bring you into trouble. How could that bring me into trouble, sir? Asked Dantes, for I did not even know of what I was the bearer, and the Emperor merely made such inquiries as he would of the first comer. But pardon me, here are the health officers and the custom inspectors coming alongside. And the young man went to the gangway. As he departed, Danglars approached and said, "Well, it appears that he has given you satisfactory reasons for his landing at Porto Ferrajo." "Yes, most satisfactory, my dear Danglars." "Well, so much the better," said the supercargo, "for it is not pleasant to think that a comrade has not done his duty." "Dantes has done his," replied the owner, "and that is not saying much. It was Captain Leclerc who gave orders for his delay." "Talking of Captain Leclerc, has not Dantes given you a letter from him?" "To me? No. Was there one?" "I believe that, besides the packet, Captain Leclerc confided a letter to his care." "Of what packet are you speaking, Danglars?" "Why, that which Dantes left at Porto Ferrajo." "How do you know he had a packet to leave at Porto Ferrajo?" Danglars turned very red. "I was passing close to the door of the captain's cabin, which was half open, and saw him give the packet and letter to Dantes." "He did not speak to me of it," replied the shipowner. "But if there be any letter, he will give it to me." Danglars reflected for a moment. Then, "M. Morrel, I beg of you," said he, "not to say a word to Dantes on the subject. I may have been mistaken." At this moment, the young man returned. Danglars withdrew. "Well, my dear Dantes, are you now free?" inquired the owner. "Yes, sir." "You have not been long detained?" "No. I gave the custom house officers a copy of our bill of lading, and as to the other papers, they sent a man off with the pilot, to whom I gave them." "Then you have nothing more to do here?" know how my father is? Well, I believe, my dear Edmund, though I have not seen him lately. Yes, he likes to keep himself shut up in his little room. That proves, at least, that he has wanted for nothing during your absence. Dantes smiled. My father is proud, sir, and if he had not a meal left, I doubt if he would have asked anything from anyone except from heaven. Well then, after this first visit has been made, we shall count on you. I must again excuse myself and Morel, for after this first visit has been paid, I have another which I am most anxious to pay. True than this, I forgot that there was at the Catalans someone who expects you no less impatiently than your father, the lovely Mercedes. Dantes blushed. Aha, said the ship owner. I am not in the least surprised, for she has been to me 3 times, inquiring if there were any news from the Pharaoh. Best Edmund, you have a very handsome mistress. She's not my mistress, replied the young sailor gravely. She is my betrothed. Sometimes one and the same thing, said Morel with a smile. Not with us, sir, replied Dantes. Well, well, my dear Edmund, continued the owner, don't let me detain you. You have managed my affairs so well that I ought to allow you all the time you require for your own. Do you want any money? No, sir. I have all my pay to take, nearly 3 months' wages. You are a careful fellow, Edmund. Say I have a poor father, sir. Yes, yes, I know how good a son you are. So now hasten away to see your father. I have a son too, and I should be very wroth with those who detain him from me after a 3 months' voyage. Then I have your leave, sir. Yes, if you have nothing more to say to me. Nothing. Captain Leclerc did not, before he died, give you a letter to me. He was unable to write, sir, but that reminds me that I must ask your leave for intention to make me captain of the Pharaoh. If I were the sole owner, we'd shake hands on it right now, my dear Dantes, and call it settled. But I have a partner, and you know the Italian proverb, chi accompagno a padrone. He who has a partner has a master. But the thing is, at least have done, as you have 1 out of 2 votes. Rely on me to procure you the other. I will do my best. Ah, Morel, exclaimed the young seaman, with tears in his eyes and grasping the owner's hand. Morel, I thank you in the name of my father and of Mercedes. That's all right, Edmund. There's a providence that watches over the deserving. Go to your father, go and see Mercedes, and afterwards come to me. Shall I row you ashore? No, thank you. I shall remain and look over the accounts with Danglars. Have you been satisfied with him this voyage? That is according to the sense you attached to the question, sir. Do you mean, is he a good comrade? No, for I think he never liked me since the day when I was silly enough, after a little quarrel we had, to propose to him to stop for 10 minutes at the island of Montecristo to settle the dispute, a proportion which I was wrong to suggest, and he quite right to refuse. If you mean as responsible agent when you ask me the question, then I believe there is nothing to say against him, and that you will be content with the way in which he has performed his duty. But tell me, Dantes, if you had a command of the Pharaoh, should you be glad to see Danglars remain? Captain or mate, Morel, I shall always have the greatest respect for those who possess the owner's confidence. That's right, Dantes. I see you are a thoroughly good fellow, and will remain you no longer. Go, for I see how impatient you are. Then I have leave. Go, I tell you. May I have the use of your skiff? Certainly. Then, for the present, Morel, farewell, and 1,000 thanks. I hope to see you soon. Again, my dear Edmund, good luck to you. A young sailor jumped into the skiff and sat down in the stern sheets, with the order that he be put ashore at La Canebière. The 2 oarsmen went to their work, and the little boat glided away as rapidly as possible, in which the mist of the 1,000 saw